Welcome to Home Sweet Home. I have some really good tips for saving money in the kitchen and even some other rooms in your house. But today is mainly some cooking ideas, and I can guarantee you will save a few dollars if you do these. The one thing is menu planning. You've heard it before probably, and I cannot tell you how much money I've saved. Just looking in the back of my cupboards, working with that, knowing every dollar where it's going, it does make a difference. If you think you don't have time, just kind of lighten it up a bit. Maybe menu plan half the week and work your way up to more, or just menu plan through the week and not on the weekend, but do give it a try. Other than that, my other tips and tricks have to do with the actual food. If you have leftover bread and buns, you've already probably heard you can make breadcrumbs out of them and whatnot, croutons. But I also like to take, say, leftover bread or buns, and I dice it up, and I season it the same as you would for like a large stuffing for a chicken or a turkey. I make stuffing out of however much I have. If I only have a small, tiny amount, I make a tiny amount of stuffing. And what I do is I take that stuffing and I put it underneath the skin of my chicken or turkey, if we're having that turkey breast. You know, the smaller portions of chicken, no matter what kind of chicken I'm having. It doesn't matter if it's a chicken thigh. Anything that's got a skin, you can slide in under. So that way, even if you only have a small amount of stuffing, it really does amp up the piece of chicken and make it more interesting, having that little bit of stuffing in it. It tastes good. But you would make it the same as you would any stuffing. You're just doing a smaller amount. I will be doing my mini stuffing recipe on here if you're interested, and my family loves it, my friends. It's really good. It's like a quickie stuffing, but it tastes really good. And you can do it, like I said, in chicken or turkey. I think they're both good. And it's a good use, like I said, to use up the bread. If you have more, you stuff more. If you have less, you just put a little bit of stuffing or do less pieces. It's just something different than the breadcrumb crouton thing, you know. Pretty well any cereal, you can crush that up and use it to coat a piece of chicken or pork chop or whatever. You know, whether it's cornflakes, whether it's Rice Krispies, Special K, whatever you're not using up, you know, get in there, get a Ziploc baggie, take some air out and just bang the heck out of it, and you've got a nice little coating of breadcrumbs to roll anything in once you season it. I do some really interesting breadcrumb recipes, which I also will be doing on here as well. I like to grow my own herbs. You know, if you can, even if you have a small apartment or a condo, there's something you can do because they don't take up a lot of space. There's so many kinds of growers out there now to use. I mean, if you can't afford something fancy, herbs will, excuse me, stop it. I have a kitten who's fighting with the other cat. Herbs are something you can even grow in a tin can. You know, if you put some rocks at the bottom, you've got drainage, and you know, it's not something expensive. And they do go a long way. And they're great for flavoring, and they're great if you're trying to lose weight, because you want to use less salt, which I've been trying to do. Use less salt, and you get more flavor in there in different ways. There's something you really have to experiment with. I say to a lot of people, I've been using herbs for years, but I always like to try them. If I don't know the herb well, try it just on its own. Before I mix it in anything, just put it in my tongue or take the tiniest piece and, you know, just put it in my mouth for a while to see what it's going to taste like in something else. You can read anything, but you don't know what your own tastes are like. Your taste may not be like the recipe you're reading. Another thing, I like to do a lot of freezer recipes, but what I do is I'll make extra of everything. I'll make a big pot of spaghetti, a really big pot of chili. Once in a blue moon, I'll do take a day, make a few extra recipes, but not that often. Usually I just make extra. With chili, I love to make my big pot of chili with extra, and then I usually get a large baggie out for a full meal, make 2 meals worth, you know, and then have an extra one in the freezer. Sometimes, if I don't get a chance or I don't have enough stuff to do that, what I'll do is I'll just make as much as I can, and sometimes I'll just, even if there's any left over, when there's something left over, I'll take small-sized baggies and I'll fill them up and flatten them out and put them in the freezer. And what I do with them is I have them in there. My son, he's a teenager, a football player, he's always hungry. I use that for him. He can just put a little water on it, put it in a little microwave container and it's a snack after school. It's healthy because it's got, you know, your beans and whatnot. Or you can use it for chili fries, chili dogs. I mean, it's a great snack. I even put chili on nachos sometimes with some cheese. You can do a lot just with the chili. Let alone the chili, then you can do the same thing with spaghetti sauce. I do exactly the same thing. Again, if I have enough, I make 2 extra portions. I do put them in large baggies like you've probably seen other people doing on the internet. And I freeze them flat, and I do the same thing with the spaghetti sauce. I'll do little miniature size spaghetti sauces. Again, you can do a lot of things with them. Again, you can put them on nachos. There's so many things. Making your own little sloppy joes, you know, add a few more ingredients, and there you go. There's a sloppy joe after school. I like doing small portions of things in the freezer as well as large because, well, having school-age children, teenagers, kids, whatnot, you know, they've got their after-school snack they would like, or maybe something for their lunch. My husband, he works midnight, so he's on a different shift. His time for eating his snacks is maybe a little different than us. And again, I like to have a lot of different healthy snack portions, not just the junk food in the house. I'm sure like every mother, but you know, if you just offer a kid something pretty plain and boring, like just vegetables or just fruit, sometimes they'll take it and sometimes they just want something a little more, and that's where the chili comes in or something. It's a nice healthy alternative, and you put a little cheese on there and most kids like it. The other thing is, I have been doing a lot of, well, it does save money. I've been doing a lot of organizing. I started some videos and I'll be doing more of them. Most of my organizing has been taking the things all the way out of my kitchen cupboards and putting them back in. The next video I think I'll be showing you will be some of my kitchen cupboards. I've already done a pantry video, and I basically went around and put everything I could into a plastic container so that nothing gets at the back of the cupboard that I can't get to. I don't want it so I can't reach it, because if I can't reach it, I'm probably not going to, you know, bother with the thing, and it's going to sit there forever, and it's going to go to waste. Again, menu planning helps for looking in the back of your cupboards, but having some kind of container, you can actually get the food out from the very top shelf a little easier. Yeah, that's a great idea. As well as organization in the fridge. I also do that. Very important, I never have food go bad in the back of my fridge. I'll also be doing a fridge organization video, and my fridge is basically different size baskets, long ones that pull out. That's all it is. I mean, dollar store, I don't spend a lot of money. The only thing that actually goes in there on its own is like my upright containers like pickles or milk. I have the only vegetables I think that would go on the shelves maybe are the longer ones, like maybe long green onions or long cucumbers or long carrots, something, you know, where it's long and it's not going to just get lost back there. Then of course I have my usual baskets at the bottom I use for fruit and veggies, but the rest of the shelves, nothing gets stuck back there. And I'm really fussy with that. I don't like food going bad. I don't like wasting money. Another thing I like to do is use coupons and phone apps. Only got a few more minutes. I will be doing another video on that as well. I try to do couponing and price matching when I can. If you don't want to do that, I don't know if this is for Canada and the US, but I'm in Canada. We also have apps for your phone, which are Zweet, SnapSaves, Checkout 51, and CartSmart. It's like having a coupon in your phone. You don't have to carry one around. You just get your money back later. Oh, there's my beeper. If you'd like this video, please come back. I have tons more tips and tricks to save you money in the kitchen, and some of them are just fun. Thank you.